Hello and welcome back to the David67 Celtic News YouTube channel. Doing a second video of the day, this time on the Celtic women's team's great 2-1 win over Rangers yesterday at the Excelsior in Airdrie. For those who haven't watched my first video of the day, um, today's are a couple of comeback videos after having been rather unwell for the last 10 days or so, with 9 days in hospital with pneumonia. However, getting back into the swing of things of doing Celtic news and videos and opinion videos. Apologies for at times sounding rather hoarse. Apologies for any wee jump edits in the video, cutting out any spells where I start coughing or start losing breath. As although the pneumonia has been fully cleared, there are still a few symptoms that will go on for another week or two, according to the hospital specialists. So, great afternoon's viewing live on BBC Alba. Celtic dominating Rangers pretty much from start to finish. Very comfortable in the end 2-1 win. Only in the last 10-15 minutes did Rangers really start to get a toehold in the game. And I think for the best part of 75 to 80 minutes, Celtic were miles on top, miles the better team, and made Rangers look rather second class. I think Elena Sadiku's 3-4-3 is really starting to work. Only we grumble would love to see Amy Gallagher just getting forward a wee bit more from midfield to join Loferski and Flint up front. But otherwise, I think it does maximise Celtic's talents. Also does have a few players who can fit in, come and go, such as Lucy Ashworth-Clifford and Natalie Ross, and the two Shens, Jenny Smith, Colette Kavanagh in midfield, as well as relying on Celtic's best players, Smith, Craig and Hayes at the back, and Loferski, Gallagher and Flint up front. And Paulo Partido has established himself pretty much as first choice now at that right wing back role. And she has been a real star for Celtic this season. So, as I say, Celtic came out the traps right from the start, got on top of Rangers. Thought it quite interesting to often see Caitlin Hayes or Chloe Craig stepping out of the back three into a more midfield role, supporting Shen and Natalie Ross in the middle, backing up Lucy Ashworth-Clifford and Paolo Partido out wide. And I think that wee extra bit of bite and strength and height in midfield, with those two stepping forward from time to time, is a big boon for Celtic and a very good use of their talents. Tash Flint showed tons of energy with a starting point often in midfield, but breaking forward. Celtic exploited how slow and square Rangers' back four are. They do seem to play more for centre-backs rather than any true full-backs in this system. And quite a few times, Kit Loferski's pace really exposed how rubbish Rangers' back four can be if the people take them on or put the ball into space behind them. And indeed, in 5 minutes, it was Kit Loferski finding herself in lots of space. Rangers nowhere near marking her. Our very quick, clever pass curving in behind the Rangers defence. Tash Flint running onto it. Her first shot was well saved by Jenna Fife in the Rangers goal. However, the rebound fell straight back to Tash, who very calmly put Celtic 1-0 up. Rangers remain very much in second gear. Very few ideas, very, very slow. And their speed of getting the ball forward from back to front is extremely slow. Everything requires 3, 4, 5 too many passes. they really lacked the directness to take on Celtic's back three. In the first half, I can scarcely remember Kelsey Doherty really having very much at all to do. Celtic had more chances. Kit nearly got a front post flick that would have put us 2-0 up. And deservedly, Celtic redoubled their lead just before half-time in the 42nd minute. Lovely forward ball by Lucy Ashworth Clifford on the left, inside the Rangers defence. The Rangers centre-back, Midag, made a total hash of her clearance, slicing the ball into the air, and Tash Flint following in, swept the ball left-footed past Fife in the goal to put Celtic deservedly 2-0 up. Half-time, Rangers didn't really change things around at half-time. They appeared yet again to be quite a lot of square pegs and round holes. Their tactics appeared to be kill off the game, get on top of Celtic's creative players, and head for a dull 0-0 draw. For that matter, they had quite a few of their more attacking, higher skilled players on the bench. They had players playing on the right who should really be playing on the left, etc. And Celtic remained very much on top. One of the other battles Celtic had is with a referee who seemed to see any foul by a Celtic player as being a yellow card, and yet let several Rangers players away with their second, third and fourth fouls. There was a bit of a flare-up point when Lucy Ashworth Clifford slid through on the slippy artificial turf, catching one of the Rangers wide players accidentally. Quite why Rangers number 24 McLaughlin didn't face any form of yellow card, I don't know, because usually pushing and shoving and throwing fists around it head high does usually attract a yellow card at least, but the referee this time chose to keep his yellow cards in his pocket for Rangers players and instead booked our head coach Sadiku and booked Lucy Ashworth Clifford. Amy Gallagher also had received a rather unfair yellow card, and late in the game Tash Flint got a yellow card, it would appear, for dissent, although it's very unclear what exactly happened because a Rangers player and Flint went up for the ball. Flint was given a foul against her. Not quite sure what it was for, other than the fact that she won the ball fair and square over the Rangers defender. However, the referee saw a foul that very few other people, if anyone, saw, and booked Tash Flint into the bargain. As a result, Celtic did take off both Lucy Ashworth Clifford and Amy Gallagher to avoid potential red cards, and Kit Loferski also went off. She was starting to lose a wee bit of her pace and energy up front. I thought the other Shen Mengyu came on. She actually showed quite a lot of nice touch and pace down the left. Kelly Kavanagh got involved in central midfield, and Celtic remained pretty much on top. Rangers did go a wee bit more attacking in the last 10 minutes. They did get one goal back, rather scrappy goal in and around the 6-yard box. Kelsey Doherty in the defence couldn't quite clean the ball. Chloe Craig went down with a head injury, which the referee chose to ignore. And a bit of a 6-yard box scramble ended up with Rangers going on and scoring a consolation goal. Rangers did have a few half chances towards the end of the match, but generally our three centre-backs dealt with things very nicely. Kelsey Doherty made a couple of pretty easy saves, and I was never really that concerned that Rangers were going to get back into the game. And so very much a deserved win for Celtic, 2-1. Obvious player of the match was Tash Flint for her 2 goals. I thought Kit Loferski also, particularly in the first half, was very dangerous. Her back three, especially Caitlin Hayes and Chloe Craig, were excellent. Caitlin Hayes, very much a highly skilled defender, very capable also with the ball at her feet, very good in the air, and is very much a leader in that defence. And also I would like to single out Shen Mengyu in central midfield. Sadiku's worked out a way where Shen can get involved in the creative side of things. Doesn't have to need necessarily getting quite involved so much in the tackling and rough and tumble of midfield, but she did on many occasions mop up Rangers' misplaced passes, intercepted, and showed a lot of very good anticipation in front of the back four, moving forward into midfield and pushing the ball out wide to Lucy and to Paula, or through the middle to Flint and Loferski and Gallagher. And so Shen Mengyu would be another of my players of the game. Creates a very interesting situation at the top of the table. Rangers 1 point ahead of Celtic in second. Glasgow City level on points with Celtic in third. And I think very much the destination of the title is going to come down to the head-to-head matches between Celtic and Rangers, Celtic and Glasgow City, and between Glasgow City and Rangers. Our next game after a weekend off will be at Glasgow City on their notoriously tight, difficult to play on pitch. However, I think Celtic's strength in midfield and on defence and the pace of Loferski and Gallagher and Partey up front will serve us very well in winning at Glasgow City in a couple of weeks' time. Of course, Celtic are also massively at an advantage because our goal difference is the best part of 10 better than Rangers women's side and something like 20 to 30 goals better than Glasgow City's goal difference, and in the end that might well be the pivotal factor depending how the next few weeks home and away against everybody works out. So that finishes off today's Celtic girls, Celtic women's side post-match review. Apologies for any hoarseness, apologise for any sudden cuts, which were to remove coughing bouts, or and also for those who've enjoyed the video, enjoyed coverage of the Celtic women's side, please do click that subscribe button. Help me on my recovery road from pneumonia. Would make me so much happier just to see a few more subscribers being added on day by day over the next wee while. And so for today, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, goodbye, and hail, hail.